February 17, 2025. At exactly 4:15 p.m., across the icy borderlands of Kursk, two Ukrainian armored vehicles pushed cautiously through hostile terrain toward the settlement of Gavo. Within these reinforced transports were elite members of Ukraine's special forces, a total of 8 operatives, equipped, focused, and keenly aware that their route was saturated with explosive devices and adversary strongholds. What remained unknown to them was that 28 North Korean gunners and soldiers operating under Russian command had fortified positions just past the woodland, constructing an advanced command center to threaten Ukrainian defensive lines. This mission went beyond standard reconnaissance. It represented a deliberate assault into enemy territory where the smallest error could result in immediate annihilation. The armored vehicles, featuring reinforced V-hull designs, automated weapon platforms, and sophisticated communication networks, transported more than destructive capability. They carried the advantage of stealth. Tonight, we examine what unfolded afterward. How Ukrainian elite forces penetrated a North Korean installation in Kursk, how modern equipment and battlefield strategy merged in savage hand-to-hand combat, and why this individual mission might carry profound consequences for the conflict's direction.
During the evening of March 3, 2025, the Kursk battleground, already a dangerous zone, witnessed one of the most daring Ukrainian covert operations of the entire conflict. At 4:15 p.m., 2 armored transports from Ukraine's special forces advanced silently toward the hamlet of Gavo, a community positioned along the Kursk-Belgorod corridor. Their objective: neutralize and destroy a recently deployed North Korean artillery squad, stationed to strengthen Russian fortifications and menace Ukrainian installations further east. Reconnaissance data had indicated this formation comprised 28 North Korean personnel, featuring gunners and riflemen. They had constructed a temporary field command station in Gavo, with Russian supply assistance. Their equipment inventory featured Type 56 rifles, Type 67 machine guns, Type 69 rocket launchers, and, most concerning, M1978 Koksan 170mm mobile artillery pieces capable of reaching far into Ukrainian-controlled zones. These bombardment systems were being positioned for an evening strike against Ukrainian fortified positions near the communities of Belovo and Novaya. The Ukrainian force, designated Strela 9, was compact yet highly trained. Each transport contained a specialized squad: a unit leader, communications specialist, marksman, heavy weapons operator, 2 assault troops, and a robotic systems controller. Their armament selection featured M4A1 carbines, a Barrett M82 sniper system, an M32 rotary grenade launcher, plus substantial firepower mounted directly on the vehicles, 12.7mm Browning machine guns connected to remotely operated turrets. These platforms additionally carried infrared imaging, compact surveillance radar, satellite internet terminals, and tactical communication hubs, enabling instant coordination with command elements and artillery formations stationed over 50 kilometers from the front. Yet the approach to Gavo proved hazardous. Aerial surveillance conducted 3 days prior had identified extensive mining patterns across access routes, TM46 blast mines, MON50 directional mines, and scattered POM2 Green Parrot submunitions. The vehicle's angled armor plating and puncture-resistant tires provided limited protection, but even one detonation could disable the convoy. To minimize exposure, Ukrainian operators modified tire inflation for loose ground, maintained reduced velocity, and utilized a wheeled reconnaissance robot to identify explosive hazards. As the convoy approached the settlement, they maintained concealment. The North Korean unit, positioned in fighting holes and forest cover, assumed the eastern approach remained secured. Strela 9 capitalized on this miscalculation, infiltrating Gavo from an alternate vector. Within moments, they had closed distance to the defensive perimeter and the artillery preparation zone. This mission transcended a simple assault. It tested stamina, teamwork, and the capacity of a limited, technologically advanced unit to overcome a numerically stronger adversary. Each maneuver was deliberate, every hazard amplified by awareness that Russian observation aircraft and heavy weapons could respond momentarily.
The Ukrainian armored vehicles that entered Givo on March 3rd represented far more than standard military transports. Externally appearing as conventional tactical trucks, beneath their steel construction and camouflage coating, they integrated protection, observation, and combat power specifically configured for these dangerous penetration missions. Each vehicle operated a 6.2-liter turbocharged diesel power plant, enabling the armored chassis to achieve velocities exceeding 100 kilometers per hour. However, velocity remains secondary during this operation. Stealth and durability took precedence. Operators minimized engine power, maintaining RPMs below 900 while reducing tire inflation to 23 psi for enhanced grip across wet, explosive-laden ground. Most vital was the angular armored underbody, engineered to redirect mine blasts away from personnel compartments. Should a wheel sustain damage, the platform could continue operating on reinforced tire cores, providing commandos opportunity to complete their objective. Roof-mounted systems included M2HB 50-caliber weapons integrated within Kongsberg protector turrets. These platforms operated from vehicle interiors, incorporating thermal imaging, laser measurement, and joystick operation, enabling crews to engage hostiles without exposure. Additionally, each vehicle mounted AES mini radar arrays and Starlink communication dishes, delivering continuous situational awareness and direct satellite connection to Ukrainian fire support elements in reserve positions. Within the vehicles, operatives carried specialized weapon systems. Primary rifles were M4A1 carbines, dependable under harsh conditions. Supporting these was a Barrett M82 .50 caliber precision rifle, effective for extended-range targets. Perhaps most essential was the M32 multi-shot grenade launcher, loaded with tear gas rounds, designed to force enemy personnel from fortifications without extended gunfights. The unit also employed robotic assets. Each vehicle transported compact surveillance quadcopters for aerial mapping and hazard identification. More unique was a tracked ground platform, equipped with sensors plus an integrated launcher. This system could advance ahead of the convoy, identify minefields, and deliver explosives into restricted areas, converting narrow trenches into killing zones. The opposing North Korean element depended on Eastern Bloc-influenced, yet reliable hardware. Their small arms included Type 56 rifles, a Chinese AK-47 variant, plus Type 67 squad weapons, supplemented by Type 69 launchers and sidearms. Their primary advantage remained in artillery. The M1978 Koksan 170mm gun, deployed outside Givo, maintained operational range extending 65 kilometers with assisted projectiles. Even a limited battery of these weapons could devastate Ukrainian positions deep behind front lines. Operationally, the Ukrainian strike centered on eliminating this artillery before commencement of firing. Streline's mission parameters were explicit: penetrate from the northeast vector, eliminate or scatter North Korean forces at close range, and transmit targeting data to Ukrainian HIMARS systems to destroy the Koksan battery. Conditions were established. Technology, tactics, and coordination would determine whether 8 soldiers in 2 vehicles could eliminate an entire detachment before Russian backup forces responded.
The March 3rd engagement in Govo represented significantly more than a limited firefight. It revealed the changing nature of contemporary warfare, where technology, accuracy, and mobility enable a smaller force to outmaneuver and defeat larger, established opposition. Fundamentally, the mission illustrated how Ukraine has modified Western-provided vehicles like armored transports for its specific operational requirements. Initially conceived as multi-purpose logistics platforms, these vehicles under Ukrainian employment have evolved into adaptable combat systems, incorporating remote turrets, electronic countermeasures, satellite links, and robotic platforms. The outcome creates a capability enhancer. A single platform can function simultaneously as personnel transport, intelligence collector, mobile headquarters, and weapon system. This adaptability proves essential in conditions where every asset must deliver maximum value. Conversely, the North Korean detachment embodied an alternative approach: quantity, persistence, and indirect fire capability. The Koksan systems they operated were intended for standoff bombardment, not close-range survival. Their rifles and support weapons proved sturdy yet obsolete. Against traditional opposition, entrenched North Korean positions with heavy artillery could have delayed or defeated a larger offensive. However, against a compact, mobile, advanced strike force, they faced disadvantages. The Ukrainian choice to approach from the unexpected northeast route proved strategically crucial. It enabled Strela 9 to circumvent the most dangerous mine concentrations and achieve surprise. Equally significant was the coordination of immediate communications with Ukrainian artillery. Within minutes of identifying the Coxon position, the vehicles transmitted coordinates to a FIMARS battery 48 kilometers distant, which subsequently eliminated the guns through precision bombardment. The cooperation between ground intelligence and long-range fires ensured the operation delivered not merely tactical victory, but broader operational effect, removing a significant artillery threat from the Kursk region. Nevertheless, this achievement also emphasizes a fundamental reality. Even the most sophisticated vehicles and drones cannot eliminate danger. One Ukrainian operator was wounded during combat. Explosive devices damaged a vehicle. The difference between mission completion and catastrophe remained minimal, demonstrating how these limited strikes involve enormous risk despite technological superiority. Strategically, the engagement confirmed another crucial element: the deployment of North Korean personnel supporting Russia. This situation has moved beyond theoretical concern. It demonstrates the increasing globalization of the conflict, where Russia utilizes foreign allies to maintain its operations while Ukraine counters with Western-supported precision systems. Essentially, the Gevo battle represented more than Ukrainian success. It provided a blueprint for how future warfare might develop. Small, agile units employing advanced technology to defeat heavier but less adaptable opponents.
The combat in Gevo must be understood within broader context. It exists at the convergence of history, partnerships, and evolving international dynamics. North Korea's involvement in Russia's campaign against Ukraine reflects calculated strategy. It demonstrates a strengthening alliance built for mutual necessity. For generations, Pyongyang has operated one of the planet's most extensive artillery forces, with military philosophy emphasizing overwhelming firepower over surgical precision. Through deploying North Korean gunners and specialists to Kursk, Russia obtains additional personnel and access to platforms like the Coxon system, while providing Pyongyang political cover and economic advantages reciprocally. For Ukraine, North Korean force involvement emphasizes the conflict's international expansion. This has evolved beyond a local war between Kyiv and Moscow. It has transformed into a proving ground for how alliance structures react. The March 3rd events demonstrate how historical partnerships continue influencing contemporary battlefields thousands of kilometers from their origins. Subscribe for comprehensive battlefield coverage, military technology updates, and strategic defense analysis unavailable elsewhere.